Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. And I wanted to say Merry Christmas specifically, mainly because I was up until recently, I was one of those people that thought the war on Christmas was a conspiracy theory, just propaganda, something that the people on the left use to, or on the right, on the right use to cause outrage. And I was perfectly fine with saying things like Happy Holidays. I was more than fine with that. Like, it's not just Christmas. You have Kwanzaa, which it's a real holiday, but I'm not sure about it. You have Hanukkah, which is much older than Christmas. You have a whole bunch of different holidays all coming up around the same time, the winter solstice if you're pagan, and then you have New Year's coming too, and like before that you have Thanksgiving, which actually leads me to like a gripe about Christmas that I have, because honestly I think Christmas music is kind of fascist. No, hear me out on this. I mean, it's the only holiday that actually forces its music on you, and it wouldn't be so bad, but it's really like the same 5 or 10 songs played on repeat almost everywhere you go. And I used to live like, I moved from like the sticks into Chicago, and when I was living in like my first place in Chicago was an extremely Jewish population. I mean, that's kind of, that type of area. And everywhere you go, there's the same 10 Christmas songs. And then I moved from a really Jewish area to a really Muslim area, and, the same thing happened. And, so I was raised Catholic. I love Christmas. Well, I don't really love Christmas, but it's a holiday. I appreciate the holiday for what it is. And my complaint about it is the music, for starters, which is kind of a rant here, but you don't have Thanksgiving forcing its music on you, and when you do, it's really only that one Arlo Guthrie song, and that's not all that bad. It irritated the heck out of my father, but one Arlo Guthrie song, and maybe like a rerun of WKRP and Charlie Brown, and that's about it. And then Easter, I can't think of a single Easter song. I can think of one New Year's song, and that's all, just one. So I like, as a whole, Christmas is a holiday that forces its music on you, and it wouldn't be bad if it was more than just the same songs over, and a lot of them drone too. I mean, all respect to like Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye, but a lot of them are just, they'll put you to sleep at the wheel, and you have to hear them everywhere you go. So I've always had this, I like the lights. The Christmas lights are good, but and I'm a free speech advocate. I believe in free speech, but it's so irritating that if they like wrote a law that you had to limit the amount of Christmas music that you play in any given establishment, I'd sign that in a heartbeat. I really would, because it's just too much. And the Christmas movies, I don't mind at all, honestly. Like, they only come around once a year. I'm fine with that. And now Die Hard is officially a Christmas movie, and I'm pushing for Gremlins 2. Gremlins also, not Gremlins 2 as in the number. And, I'm fine with that too. Like, that would be wonderful, because I absolutely love both of those movies. And maybe Lethal Weapon as well. The first Lethal Weapon. So, that's all well and good, and I'm supportive of that, but just not the music. But one of the things that I want to talk about is this war on Christmas thing. And this is one of the reasons why I hashtag walked away as it was, because prior to 2016, if you were one of those people that said that the war on Christmas is real, I would call you a nut, because I didn't really see it. Like, Starbucks still had their Christmas cups. I mean, all around I still see Christmas lights, yada, yada, yada. And I have to deal with the Christmas music on a daily basis from prior to Thanksgiving up until almost New Year's, when the stores finally stop playing it. And it doesn't matter what community you live in, you have to deal with all of that. And, I think you are not. But now it's the same people that were saying that the war on Christmas wasn't a thing before 2016 is still saying that. And one of the things I've noticed is candy canes are racist because they are shaped in the letter J, and J stands for Jesus, and I don't know how that makes it racist, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the accusations. Another one is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again, he is racist, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what that has to do with race. But every year there's one more little Christmas tradition that they are trying to get banned for reasons that make really no sense whatsoever. And that is, to me, that is a war on Christmas. When you're part of the group that's saying, well, it's just saying happy holidays, but we have to ban candy canes because they're shaped like an upside down J, and we have to ban Rudolph for reasons that I really don't understand. Yeah, you're part of a war. You're systematically attacking like the traditions and pieces of the culture in order to shut it down. And that to me is, the pinnacle of what racism actually is. Or not racism, but like what the war on Christmas actually is. All of these weird accusations and calls to ban certain things. Baby, it's cold outside endorses rape. But, I just got done looking on social media and I saw a meme about how AC/DC also endorses rape because they sing songs about consensual heterosexual intercourse. And that is kind of confusing to me because it's consensual. But, I guess because it's heteronormative or whatever, the cis or whatever the new word that I really don't like, because the pronoun is being thrust upon me by the people that are demanding that I protect their pronouns, are calling it. But, whatever. Baby, it's cold outside is because of people who take absolutely everything 100% literally are calling to ban it because they don't understand the innuendo behind it. So, to me now, if you say that there's a war on Christmas, I totally 100% believe you. Completely. Because there is. When you systematically try to ban pieces of a culture, you're declaring war on it. You're not going directly after the institution of it, but you're going after the traditions that make up the institution. That is a war on Christmas. It's now a fact. And if you asked me in 2016, when I was still a liberal and none of this was going on, when they weren't calling candy canes and Rudolph racist and trying to get them banned and saying baby it's cold outside is encourages rape and all of this crazy nonsense, I would have told you that you're a conspiracy theorist. But now that there's, you slowly, systematically, one by one, taking away all the traditions, or attempting to take away all the traditions, that constitutes a legitimate war on Christmas. And it's a real thing now. So you really can't say that it's a conspiracy theory any longer, and that the right is blowing things out of proportion, because this is happening now. And that's all I wanted to say.